Hi guys. Hi. I am back. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I am back. I am back. Y'all probably don't recognize me because I had to go today and get my hair braided up. As you guys know, I am going on vacation here in a couple days, so I had to go get right so I could be out here, honey. Yes, y'all know. Thank you guys so much for joining. Yeah, it's almost Friday, thank God. Okay, for those of you who are counting down like myself, like I said, thank you guys for joining. This is the Caramel Rail Show. I am she, me, her, the Caramel Rail. Yes, for those of you who don't know, for first time, uh, for the ones that are tuning in for the very first time, I am the Caramel Rail, the crazy one, the one that tells the truth, that keeps it 100 over here. Okay. Thank y'all so much for joining. We are going to be talking about R. Kelly today, guys, and his 30-year sentence that he has acquired from his shenanigans out here, his many shenanigans out here in the streets. All right, but we do want to do a little bit of celebrity news. I got just one little piece that I want to do, and then we're gonna get into this R. Kelly thing because it's kind of long today. I want to kind of touch bases on the gist of what's going on with R. Kelly. All right. So as you guys know, the singer, the R&B singer, Miss Money Long. She did perform at the BET Awards. Okay, she does the song "Hours and Hours." In case you guys don't know who she is, if y'all like the song, they played it only 10 million times, honey. If you listen to the radio or wherever, honey, I can do this for hours and hours and hours. Her. Okay, I had to give y'all just a little throatish today. Yes, she is expecting her very first child. Okay, and she was able to hide it, guys, at the BET Awards when she performed because she was not ready to tell people. But someone did catch a picture of her backstage when her husband, guys, was rubbing her tummy, and you could see the baby bump. I was like, that's just so exciting for her to be having her first child with her husband. So she is expecting, guys, Miss Money Long. Okay, yeah. So moving right along to the real tea today, guys. Y'all already know everybody was watching the news yesterday to see what this sentence was going to be giving. And I already knew. I already knew. I kept checking my phone, to see what, the verdict was going to be, what the sentencing was going to be. I already knew it was going to be a lot of time based on all the charges that they were talking about. Okay. And good God, y'all, they gave R. Kelly 30 years in prison, you guys. And this is just for one case. All right. 30 years for his New York case. All right. Yes, guys. Yes. Well, he has so many charges. Like I can go on and on. It's sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, abuse of a minor, like 8 counts of violating the Mann Act, and you can keep going. We can keep going. We can keep going and we can keep going. Like he was just out here doing the most. He was doing the most out here. And I said, Lord, is he gonna be able to withstand all this time? Because, honey, I think in the back of his mind, he probably felt like he was gonna probably get off kind of easy, like he's been doing all these years. For 30 years, he was able to avoid prosecution. Okay. And in my mind, I'm saying, okay, the very first case when you got caught with this sex tape with the minor situation, okay, where you asked your brother to take on the rap for you and was going to pay him $50,000, and he told you, hell no, I'm not about to be spending all my life up in prison behind you, fool. You got a problem. You need to be out here getting yourself, checked out and fixed. You ain't about to ruin my life out here. Anyway, guys, had he went and got counseling and worked on whatever it is that he was going through at the time, he wouldn't be going through this right now. 30 years, honey, no. You could be out here free and living your life and still making hits. But the first, I always say this, for a person that have a problem like that, and with a drug problem, any problem really, you have to first acknowledge that you have a problem. And I think that R. Kelly has a problem with acknowledging, because he feels like, oh, I'm R. Kelly, I'm this huge superstar, I ain't got to acknowledge, shit. I can just do what I want to do out here, and I'm gonna get out of it because of who I am. And for 30 years, guys, for 30 years, he was able to do that. Now, why they didn't lock his ass up when he married and was messing around with Aaliyah is beyond me. Okay, rest in peace to Aaliyah. The reason they didn't, I don't know why they didn't lock him up. That's when he should have went to jail right there, when he was messing with Aaliyah. And it was said that she was pregnant by him, and that she did miscarry. Okay. Yeah. I read up on that as well. It's saying that she did get pregnant by R. Kelly and that she did miscarry. Yes. And that is the reason why he went and tried to marry her, to try to cover himself, because y'all know in most situations that a spouse cannot testify against the spouse. So he knew what he was doing, and he had people all up in his ear telling him, okay, if you do this, then you can get out of this. And so he spent his entire life, you guys, covering up and paying people to be quiet and steady committing crimes and being under the radar and being able to get away with it because of who he was, this huge superstar that everybody grew to love because he was making all these hits. But at the end of the day, we have to hold people accountable, whether you're this big superstar or just a motherfucker off the street that's out here messing with young kids. And I'm just gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with y'all today. If you know somebody that's out here messing with minors, you need to be like, look, no, because it becomes detrimental to them. It's something that they carry for the rest of their life, you guys. For the rest of their life. It's damaging. I don't care if they look like they're grown. A lot of these young girls, teenage girls now, they out here with the body, yada, 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 honey. But they are still considered a minor. It's plenty of women out here that you can be with versus being with someone who is underage. And I don't think that R. Kelly thought in his wildest dreams that he would be where he is right now, because he was able to get away with it for so long. But the great thing is the girls that he violated, they were able to open up and speak and not be silenced by his money, his coins that he was, shelling out, trying to keep people hush hush like he was doing all up and through his career. All right. Now, the person that I think should be sitting beside him in the jail cell is his sister. Okay. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think that she should also be sitting in a jail cell beside him, honey. Yes, Miss Teresa Kelly, if you watching my show, baby, you need to be locked up right there beside him, because guess what? It started with you. Okay? Miss Teresa Kelly, R. Kelly's sister. Okay? This little spirit that he is carrying started with her. All right? And I'll give y'all a little history here. She began watching R. Kelly and his other siblings when they were very young. She's the oldest of all of them. Now, there's Bruce Kelly, there's Carrie Kelly, and there's R. Kelly. R. Kelly is the baby. Okay. Now, she began watching them, guys, because their mother was working 2 jobs. All right. So she is the one that started introducing them to these very sexual things that they should not have been introduced to at a very young age. It started, R. Kelly, it's said that R. Kelly was violated at 6 years old, and it happened for years, all the way up until he was almost a teenager, and he was violated by his sister. Okay, well, she was supposed to have been watching him, and she used different situations as to say that he's being punished to keep him in the house. Him and his other brother, Carrie Kelly, both were sexually assaulted by this sister. Now, I cannot go into full detail as to what was done to them, but just know, use your imagination and know that it was very, very horrible, you guys. All right. So, of course, that does, as a child, that does mess with your mental, because number one, he's confused. Like, number one, you're my sister. So why are you, I know this is wrong. And why are you doing these things to me? He knew that it was something wrong. Okay. But at the same time, he had to respect her because of her role in his life, which is very twisted. Okay. And this is a problem I have with people who are in authority of children. You can't do things to them and then expect them to respect you, because then that makes them be damn confused. Okay. And then it said that another man that lived, around the corner from them, that used to, sell like fruit and all this to people in the neighborhood, that he also tried to violate R. Kelly. So he's had he's had a very, very rough childhood, okay, with abuse and things of that nature. But my thing is this: when you become an adult, all right, it says, even the Bible says that, and I don't want to be all biblical for people, but it says that when you become a man, you put away childish things. You start to look at your life and say, hey, maybe I need to go and get some help for these things that's troubling me, because these thoughts that I'm thinking are not good thoughts. Okay. And it's to the point where I'm hurting people and I need to get some help. And I feel like had he used his resources, money, connections, whatever the case may be, to get the help that he needed at the time throughout the years, just 30 years, you had 30 years to get help. And you chose not to do that because you felt that you could get away with this. And now it has landed him in a place where he cannot get out of. And you have hurt so many women, okay? It's probably hundreds and hundreds of women, guys, that's been hurt by this man because he was hurt. Okay. And their lives will be forever changed as a result of this. Okay. You guys already watched Surviving R. Kelly, where these girls have spoken out and have talked about the things that they've gone through being with and or around him. It was a very, y'all, when I tell you I had to clench my pearls through like every single like episode of that, because it was a lot. I said, good God, prayers go out to you guys. But as I said, he is serving 30 years. Now let me get into this. I'm going to read up for those of you who've been under a rock and not following this case and did not know the crimes or whatever he has been charged for. We're going to get into it. All right. I'm going to do just like I'm going to do a little read up so you guys can kind of follow me. It says R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison Wednesday after being found guilty of all counts of racketeering and sex trafficking at his Brooklyn federal trial last year. Okay. Prior to sentencing, 7 of R. Kelly's survivors addressed the court to share impact statements and speak directly to R. Kelly. All right. One of them said, hey, I am a representation of every woman, boy, child, man that you have ever afflicted with your deplorable, inexplicable acts. And with that, I leave you with yourself, Robert Sylvester Kelly. That's what one of the victims had to say to him. Another one by the name of Angela also testified during the trial, said to R. Kelly, said, you used your fame and power to groom and coach underage boys and girls, okay, for your own sexual gratification, which he did. Yeah, he messed with girls and young boys. So these kids these people will be forever affected by this. And I hope that they're all in some type of therapy and or counseling so that they can cope with what they're going through. All right. Another survivor by the name of Jane Doe, they did not list her name, Jane Doe number 2, also aimed her impact statement at R. Kelly. She said, I don't know if I'll ever be whole. Says, what you did has left a permanent stain on my life, and I will never be able to wash that away. It says, I'm sure you never think about that. You are an abuser, you are shameless, you are disgusting, and you are self-serving. And it says, as for R. Kelly's sentence, she said, I hope that you go to jail for the rest of your life. And it's looking like he's going to be in there for the rest of his life. Because like I said, you guys, he is facing 2 other cases. One in Minnesota, okay, for RAPE of a minor. And the other, he still has his Chicago case that is pending, okay? He still has his Chicago case that's pending, you guys. And for the Chicago case is for obstruction of justice and also for child pornography. All right. So that's going to be some more time that's going to hit real different on top of the 30 that he's already serving. Okay. Now, his attorney by the name of Jennifer Bogine, all right, she did a little press conference after his sentencing on yesterday. I watched it, and she thinks that R. Kelly was overcharged for his crimes. And of course, she wants to appeal this case. And she's saying that she does not think that it had anything to do with the RICO Act, that she thought he acted alone. That's total bullshit. Okay? Because R. Kelly could not even understand a lot of what the judge was saying during his sentencing. His attorney herself said she had to break it down as to what the attorney was saying, because he has a literacy issue. Okay? According to her. I mean, you seem just fine pulling off all these little things that you pulled off with these minors, But again, like I said, he did have some help. It was an enterprise. There was no way he could act alone. He didn't handle his own money. Okay. He didn't do flights. He didn't book no flights. There were he had people in place who he paid to carry out certain jobs within his enterprise, which then makes that under the RICO Act, which then makes it a federal crime. So she's trying to say, well, we're going to go back and appeal this because really we thought that he was going to get just 10 years because of what was done to him as a child. So they're trying to play on the sympathy of the courts to say that he was sexually abused as a child, which he was. But you have to also keep in mind that the type of crimes that he was committing were very heinous crimes. Okay, this was federal stuff. And anytime you get to dibbling and dabbling in federal stuff, just know you're about to get those football numbers when it comes to that time. Yeah. You're not getting 10 years, baby. It's going to be taken on up there. Add some more time to that. And that's what they're giving him. And you're about to get some more time on top of that 30 because you still got 2 more cases to go. Do I feel sorry for his ass? The child in him, I do feel sorry for the child in him that was abused. The grown ass man, R. Kelly, Robert Sylvester Kelly, I do not. Because that at that point, it was a choice, honey. It was a choice to do the things that he did. Okay? Yeah. I wish I could go in depth of the things that I read up on that some of these girls went through. I really, really wish. I really, really wish. All right, now, it said that R. Kelly wanted to make a statement during his sentencing, but his attorney, Jennifer Bojine, suggested that he did not make a statement because they still have 2 more cases to go and 2 more pending cases to go, and she did not want him to pretty much stick his foot in his mouth of trying to speak. Okay. So she said, no. You got these other cases coming up in August. I think it's best for you to sit your ass here and not say nothing. And they're saying that during the whole time that the 7 victims got up there and did their impact statements, he sat there with no expression and he stared at the floor the entire time. And these girls were sitting up there crying their eyes out, expressing the pain that they went through and that he caused, and he didn't flinch. He didn't flinch. Not one bit, which says to me his ass won't sorry. And I think that if he was able to get out, he would go back and do it again. I do, because it's a repeat. You've shown your track record has shown that you are repeating this stuff. Okay, yeah. All right, so of course you guys know Gloria Allred. They showed her at the press conference at the end of R. Kelly's sentencing. And outside, she had Javante. If you guys watched the Surviving R. Kelly documentary, she was the 14-year-old who was the backup singer for Aaliyah, who actually said that she bust up in the room on the tour bus and saw R. Kelly in the actual sexual act with Aaliyah. They were trying to pull some kind of prank on him, and they bust in the room on the tour bus, and she actually saw R. Kelly in the act with Aaliyah. Okay, her name is Javante. She's very eloquent. You can tell she's very, very smart. And of course, they had a lot of R. Kelly supporters out there that were heckling her, calling her a lie, said, here go these bitches right here that's trying to bring R. Kelly down. They were very, very rude, guys. When I tell you, R. Kelly got some people that really ride for him still, even after this bullshit. But I'm like, if you have kids, honey, you better think that if he get out, it could be your child next. So you need to have some grace and some sympathy for the ones that were abused by this man. You can say you don't believe it all you want to. Okay, but according to the feds, honey, they did their homework and they found him guilty. So in my eyes, he is guilty. Hate me? Don't tune into my channel because I feel like he's guilty. That's your choice. You can go ahead and hit that X at the bottom if that's what you so choose to do. If you're such a huge fan and you don't want to hear me say what I'm saying right now about R. Kelly. Okay, this man has gotten away far too long with crimes against children. And if you are a parent, then you should be able to understand that where he is right now is where he needs to be, because it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Him getting out is not going to stop. Okay, you got to want help. And you got to, first of all, like I said before, you have to first admit that you need it and that you are wrong. And that's the problem. That's the problem I have with R. Kelly. That's the problem. That's the problem. When they showed him in that first case when he got off, oh, he was all smiles like, oh, yeah, I got their asses. Not knowing they was waiting to get you. And they said, yeah, he was able to get away for 30 years from the first case. Now they make an example out of you. because you'd up and played in their face, and they get you. That was your chance then to go and get it right, but you chose to continue to do things and make it worse. Okay, Lord have mercy. Jocelyn Savage, guys, she sent a text message to R. Kelly's attorney, to R. Kelly, before the actual sentencing. Okay, and that text message said, okay, she said to R. Kelly to please keep your head up, and says that we will get through this, and I fully support you, and I love you. Okay, now, of course, she is still in R. Kelly's camp. She is still in support of R. Kelly. In my opinion, I think that she is suffering from some Stockholm syndrome. She is being controlled still. Okay, he still have people that's carrying out this enterprise while he is locked up, apparently. Her parents went on TMZ after his sentencing was read. And they're saying that they are happy with the sentencing and that they want their daughter to finally get to come home. Well, she's not going to come home right now, guys, because she is being controlled. Okay, they said they still tried to reach out to her and call her, and they were unable to reach her. All right. Unfortunately, she's an adult now, so you're going to have to take other avenues in terms of getting your daughter up out of there. Because right now she could say, I want to stay, I'm fine, and nothing's being done to me, and there's nothing you can do. Unfortunately, they have tried. If you watch the documentary, they went to the Trump Tower and everything and tried to get that girl to come up out of there, and she would not come out. Now, of course, I do, like I said, believe at the time R. Kelly was controlling her and not allowing her to do so. But now he is locked up for 30 years, dear. This is a great time for you to make a fast breakup out of there. But I still feel like she's holding on to this whole he's gonna make me famous some type of way deal. And I don't know why she thinks that. Okay. Like, nobody ain't really trying to take you serious like that, girl. You really don't have a voice like that. Now, if y'all go online and y'all see her trying to sing, trying to be this singer. Like, no, girl, no. You need to think of something else that you might be able to do. And that is something that R. Kelly was able to do. Use his celebrity status to say that he's going to help these girls become these famous artists, and that he was going to tutor them and make them, that was the story pretty much with most of these girls and boys, thinking that they're getting ready to be this huge star. And they pretty much went up in this compound and got trapped and abused. And this is the same thing that's still happening with Jocelyn Savage. She's still there, guys. Still there supporting R. Kelly. Still sending him letters. They said she sends money and puts on his books. She writes him letters. Why the hell she does that, I don't know, because his ass can't read. I hope you're drawing some pictures so that he can, see what's really going on, because he cannot read. I don't know who's reading his letters to him. Maybe he got a little boo thing up in there he done hooked up with, just reading the letters to him. I don't know. Maybe he been up in there singing to folk for some favors. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Don't get me started, honey. Yeah. But it seemed like he ready. That's all I'm saying. Seemed like he ready. He in there for 30 years, so now it seemed like he ready, y'all. So they're gonna be after that. But so glad Azriel Clary, she got up out of there. She's doing well. She's focusing on her music now. Praise God. But Jocelyn Savage, honey, you need to come on up out of there. You need to come on up out of there. You need to come on up out of there. Yes, guys, what do y'all think about this verdict, this sentencing for R. Kelly? Do you think 30 years is enough? Do you think he should get more years than that? Like I said, I really wish I could go into more in-depth details as to what he's in there for, because y'all know I done went and dug, honey, and I saw some stuff that wasn't even on the documentary, where you guys gonna be like, oh, what? I don't want to get my page shut down, honey. Going that deep into it, baby, because Caramel Rail, baby, got the shovel, honey. And I was like this and got that news for y'all. But yeah, this case, guys, with R. Kelly pretty much brought out some more stuff that people didn't even know. So by him doing this trafficking and all that, when the feds started digging, guys, they found out that that he pretty much had some money laundering going on. See, it's done pulled up some other stuff on you. Money laundering, he was guilty of evading taxes, money laundering, among other things. So on top of all that, yeah. So he's dealing with that as well. He's dealing with the money laundering situation, and he still has unpaid taxes that he has not paid in years, you guys. He was trying to say he's never been into a bank. He doesn't handle his financials, which that's probably the case, but you are still responsible for making sure that your taxes are paid. Whoever's handling your business, sir, you might want to fire them, and you might want to find out what is going on. Okay. From my understanding, he had Miss Diana Copeland, honey, who also I think her ass should be locked up as well, because she was the madam, honey, that was following the girls around and making sure that they stay within the guidelines of what they call Rob's rules. And when they did not follow Rob's rules, she would go back and report to R. Kelly and have these girls in trouble to where they would be physically abused. Okay? Yeah. I wish I could go so deep into this, you guys. I really do. Yes, yes. And she did an interview on Good Morning America, sitting up there, honey, looking all crazy with her makeup, looking like a damn straight up clown, sitting up there lying her butt off. Sitting up there lying. Oh, I don't know anything about that. I've never seen him abuse any of the girls. I've never seen this. I've never seen that. Honey, it was already said that you was calling Ubers for the girls to go out and go out and about. And if a male Uber pulled up, that you would tell them no, the girls couldn't go because R. Kelly didn't want them riding in the car without. Just stupid stuff. Stupid stuff. She knew, she worked for R. Kelly for years. So you cannot tell me that you were around this man 24/7 like you were, and you did not see him abuse anyone. No, I'm not buying that. That she never saw any of the girls locked up, that she never saw any of the girls not being fed. Like, that's a total lie. That's a total lie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's so many people that I feel should also be sitting in jail with him. Some of these parents, y'all asses need to be in there too, because you're a parent. It's your job to know where your children are. And if they're not coming home for days and days at a time, you haven't reported it. You know why? Because you're getting a little check on the side to be quiet and allow your child to be somewhere where they should not be. Their asses should be at home because they're minor. Okay. Y'all should be locked up as well. Do I need to say it again? The parents involved in this situation that sat back and watched this mess happen to their children should be locked up as well. Yes, I said it right here on the Karen Merrill Show. I said it. Yes. Yes. You sold your children out for a coin. And you should pay for that. Because they didn't ask to be here or be put in that situation. Okay. And now their lives are forever ruined because a parent wanted a coin. R. Kelly could throw some money around and you know, yeah. That's the same situation that happened with the little girl that was on the sex tape, who they said is still in his camp to this day. She's like a madam as well over the girls. She trains the girls as to what they're supposed to do in this little compound as to how to please R. Kelly. Yes, she is still in the compound, you guys. Her parents were very close to R. Kelly. Her dad was a guitarist for years for R. Kelly, as well as during the time that they had the trial back then. And R. Kelly, honey, paid the dad off and the family off to go out of the country during the time of the trial so that they could not testify. This is the type of mess he was doing. I said, see, this is why your ass got 30 years. And you're about to get some more time on top of that. And I don't feel sorry for you. I do not. I do not. I do not. I do not. Anywho, guys, I'm going to get off this because I'm starting to feel a way about this, honey. I am starting to feel a way. Yes, I am. Another person that I'm gonna say this right quick. Gloria Allred, as you guys know, she, like I said, she represents these girls who go through all these crimes that's committed against them. She's that's what she's for, honey. She's for the women. She's the attorney for the women. Lizette Martinez, like I said, I think she's Puerto Rican or something like that. She also testified. And they asked her, did she think 30 years was enough time for R. Kelly? And she said, well, it's okay. I feel like he should get more. But, you know, she said, I accept the fact that they did sentence him for 30 years because I can finally feel vindicated and feel free now. She was 17 at the time, you guys, that she was violated. She was met in a mall. R. Kelly met her in a mall. And of course, she was starstruck when she saw him. She wanted to meet him, take a picture, as anyone would if you saw one of your favorite stars out and about. And he slipped his number to her and she told him that she wanted to sing. He slipped his number to her and told her, come to the studio. I'll mentor you. I'll help you do your music. And she went there with the the hope of being mentored by R. Kelly. Like, oh my, she was calling all her friends. Oh my God, I met R. Kelly. He's gonna mentor me. He's gonna help me get my music out there. And went to the damn studio and got trapped at 17 years old. 17 years old. She suffered a miscarriage. R. Kelly was nowhere to be found, according to her, during this time. So, guys, it's sad that a person of R. Kelly's caliber, with the talent that he had, with the amount of hits that he wrote for so many other people, including Michael Jackson, you guys, R. Kelly, when I tell you, is bad when it comes to that music thing, but he's worse when it comes to this life thing. And I pray that he gets the help that he needs in prison, because it's looking like he's gonna die in there. He is serving 30 years for one case alone, and he has 2 more to go. So the charges, like I said, is pending on the other 2 cases. It's looking like he will die in prison. I'm just saying. He's 56 years old right now. He's going to be 86 years old with just this case alone when he gets out. Now, I do think he's going to probably get another 20 years for the Chicago case, and probably another 15 to 20 years for the Minnesota case. All right. And that's supposed to, those cases are supposed to start in August. So yeah, I'm sorry for those of you who are super fans of R. Kelly and who still believe that he is not guilty. You need to go somewhere and pray and get your mind right, honey, because what if it was your child? Okay. What if it was your child? People don't believe things until it happened to them and their children, or people very close to them. And that's sad. You got to be able to separate the artist from the person. The artist was, oh God, undeniable. Every song damn near that he put out, honey, was a hit. Okay. But the person inside of him is trash, is rotten, and needs help. And that's the person that you guys need to look at, not just the artist. Yes, we get it. He is bad when he hit that stage, honey. I used to love me some R. Kelly until I realized what the hell he was singing about. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, I can't. After I saw Surviving R. Kelly, I was like, no, hell no. I can't support and or listen to him anymore. No. I had to get him up off my iPad, my iPod, and anything else that I listen to as it relates to him. If he come on the radio, bitch, I turn it. You get no support from Caramel Rail, honey, after that. No, I don't want to hear nothing. You got to say, sing, nothing. Get what they call the hell up out of here. R. Kelly. Okay. Yeah. All right. I know at this point now, I know he wishes his ass could fly. Like he said, I believe I can fly. I know he wishes his ass could fly now. Yes, honey. Mount up, honey, and fly. I know he wished that when the judge told him 30 years, I know he was like, oh, child, where my wings at, honey? I wish I could fly up out of here, honey. But no, child. No. But thank you guys for joining. This whole video here is very exhausting, talking about this. I'm happy that they went ahead and sentenced him, and yeah, so we don't have to worry about him hurting anyone else. All right, thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to get off this so we can move on to something else, honey, because I got more tea that I need to dump on you guys today. Yes, I do. So thank you guys for joining Caramel Rail today here on the Caramel Rail Show. Please go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, guys, so that you can be notified when we do new videos, which you guys know is all the time, guys, because Caramel Rail stays putting that tea out there, honey. That good strong tea, honey. So when it hits you, you be like, whoa. And that's the effect that I want to put on my fans, honey. When y'all get that tea, I want you to be like, whoa, damn, I didn't know it was that serious, honey. That's what Caramel Rail does over here on the Caramel Rail Show. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. Go in the comment section, guys, and comment, because I do go in the comments and I do respond. I do. Caramel Rail responds. I like your comments. I'll send you a little heart for those comments that I really, really like, and give me a little chuckle. Okay. So yeah, thank you guys, like I said, for supporting. You can also support this channel. And I've put it up there as well in my Cash App. I put it up there. So go and check that out as well if you want to support this channel. And yeah. Thank you guys so much. We're going to go ahead and get off this video. I love you guys. Until the next video. Goodbye.